Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension path. Right now, we're going to get into a timeless collective guidance message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on at this time. But first, I just wanted to go over some channelings that I had leading up to this reading today. Definitely feeling the energies are tying into yesterday's reading, much like my readings tend to do. But again, this is timeless. It's for whenever it finds you and it resonates with your journey. So something that's never happened to me before leading up to a reading is I actually started to channel these energies while I was sleeping. I woke up this morning and realized that I was having a dream about the Titanic. Really interesting. I feel like that's a message for someone. We have been talking about those ships being secretly brought in and something being just below the surface, right? And so the part of the movie that I was seeing was when the safety boats are being loaded, like the little rescue ships. I don't know what you call those. They're loading up the people, but they notice that some of the little boats don't have enough people in them. And there's that conversation where one guy says, like, well, what are you doing? We need to rescue these people. Why aren't these boats full? And the guy responding to that was saying, well, I didn't know how many people it can handle. And, you know, he was acting through fear and under pressure and, you know, so much uncertainty in such a chaotic moment. And I really did feel like that was a message about those ships that we're bringing in for ourselves. It's almost like there has been a sense of hesitation in regards to what we're putting in those ships. What I wrote down was fear, self-doubt, and a sense of holding back. And now my throat chakra, okay, holding back from hopes and dreams. It was like my throat wanted to close for a second. So the other thing, right away this morning, I was feeling that flowers were going to be significant, and I was feeling, remembering that there was a channeling that I had about a lotus flower. I think that was when we looked at who our Earth Warrior for the month was. I do those posts on TikTok. You can find them there. The other thing was the color blue I felt was going to be really significant. I've been seeing a lot of the color blue today, and it just kept coming through for me. And I was thinking about a blue butterfly. And sure enough, as I was shuffling the cards getting ready, in one of my decks, a card came through, and we're actually going to have a quick little peek. It was number 4 in the deck. So 4s, we mentioned the other day, a couple days ago, they were really significant. This card is speaking all about transformation, and the woman on the card does have wings that look like butterfly wings. And of course, it speaks about transformation. And the affirmation, I feel, just really goes along with this whole message. So it's on page number 5. So this is talking all about change, right? So the affirmation was parts of my transformation might be uncomfortable, but I have the power to go through this. So speaking about the message that we got yesterday about the choice about staying in the purging energies, or if we're going to take time to rest and, you know, I'm hearing the word review, but just take time to acknowledge the accomplishments of all of the healing work that we've been doing so far, all of that transforming. The other thing it does say in here, I wanted to read this because again, ties into yesterday's message. You have already achieved a lot by having a strong mindset and knowing your why. Remember that healing takes time, and transformation is happening now if things are starting to make you feel uncomfortable. At the end, it's not about being perfect. It's your motivation and the effort you make that will pay off. So I thought that was really beautiful. And then of course, more continued on, and it just all ties in so wonderfully. So the next thing that I got was just something about the need to balance the mind and the soul. There's been a lot of talk about balancing the physical self, and right now I feel the guidance is really shifting to bringing, we talked about that compromise between that inner masculine and inner feminine. Now it's almost like there's this compromise happening between the mind and the spirit, finding the balance within the two of them. And then there was also the seeds of the sacred feminine. Again, while I was shuffling, a card came through. I saw it on the bottom of the deck. It was the Take a Deep Breath card. And at first I was like, there's no way for anyone to know that I actually saw this. So I put it back, and it actually flew out a second time while I was shuffling. So I thought I would share that. It, like I said, it had, or I don't know if I said it, but it had a lot of blue on the picture. And then there was also something that came through about you are not a victim. So I felt like that was very specific for only a couple people watching this, but I feel that that reminder is needed, that you are not a victim. I feel like whoever that's for, they're going to know what I mean by that. The other thing with the Take a Breath card, Take a Deep Breath card, is, in yesterday's message, I talked about, again, stepping out of those purging energies of that full moon and stepping into that acknowledgement of our accomplishments and resting, recuperating, self-care and self-love. Now, a breath work is a self-care ritual or self-care practice for full moons. And so again, I feel like this is just a confirmation about needing to step out of that energy for a while. That new moon is so close. And this morning I actually was up pretty early and I caught a glimpse of the moon, and it was just so spectacular. Honestly, the moon never ceases to amaze me. My jaw totally hit the floor this morning. So and again, right there, as I'm saying that, there's this message about embracing that beautiful side of yourself as well. Because again, you've spent so much time focusing on the healing aspects, bringing up the shadows, which is amazing work. And that's what we're being encouraged to do at this time. But also remembering to go with the flows of the cyclical patterns of life and of universe and of the sky family, because they're all here to help us. And with that, we have a significant amount of meteor showers taking place right now. I've been meaning to do my meteor shower readings because we have multiple meteor showers taking place. And so we are literally talking about universe delivering so many beautiful energies and just, I could go on. That's another video in itself, but we have that support coming in from so many directions right now, from so many, from Taurus and from Gemini and, all these really strong energies. The next thing, what I also wanted to say too about that breath work and about the stepping away from those purging energies, I wrote down, release the full moon and step into the newness. So again, looking at that spectacular moon this morning, like if I could put it in a cartoon, I would put sparkles and all kinds of beautiful things around it, because it was just so stunning. I'm hearing the word spectacular. The other thing, as I was shuffling the tarot, the Queen of Cups came through in the reverse on the top of the deck, talking about self-care and self-love and those inner feelings, going back to tying into yesterday's message. And then the other thing is Judgment was on the bottom of the deck, card number 20. And this is all speaking in regards to a rebirth of the inner calling. Because again, as we're focusing on purging those energies that are no longer required for us in our path, we're focused on that. But as we step into more of the new moon energies, now it's all about tapping back into the intuition, setting those intentions, and moving forward, making those plans and moving towards them. So with that, we're going to get into today's message on what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on, and we'll see what deck we end with. Starting with the tarot, I did put the Hope Stone on there today. This is a jasper stone, so continuing that message about the need to ground. Yesterday it was very specific in grounding through nature. So we'll see what more comes through for that, but if that resonates, if it's been a while, if it's been a time, if that is resonating with you, that's twice that I've said that now, and I'm not really sure what that means. But it's an accent of some kind, like that. I feel like that language, that way of speaking comes from like another location. Very interesting. So, but anyway, if that's resonating, do take time. If it's been a while since you've had a time in nature, do take that time, because again, going back to that Queen of Cups energy, and the messages from yesterday about the need to ground, there really is going to be something very powerful in regards to your self-care through connecting with nature. I'm hearing through connecting with Mother Gaia. So let's find out what the tarot has to say. My name's Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer, helping to guide you through the depths of your soul to illuminate the light within. The Queen of Pentacles, beautiful. In a transitional energy, you can't see it. Oh no! In a transitional energy, so coming into the upright position, almost in that alignment. This is a queen who is very abundant, very nurturing, feeling very, yes, very stable in her abundance. I was also hearing something about like the word mask or masculine wanted to come through. So stepping out of, right, because in the reverse, this queen is feeling very codependent. And, you know, we're talking about the inner feminine right now. And yesterday we did talk about that feminine, that inner feminine feeling just a little bit unrocked, just kind of unsteady in a sense. And so, you know, what we're seeing today is that work being put in to help to bring in that balance within those energies, those emotions that we've been feeling through purging the energies from the full moon as encouraged. And, you know, going from a feeling of this codependence is a feeling of requiring validation outside of the self. So in regards to, you know, the new moon energies, looking at our accomplishments and seeing the achievements, this is an energy of feeling as though you have been dependent on other people to see the achievements and the accomplishments that you have made. But this is now coming into that upright position. You are now coming back into a state or being guided to return to this state of being able to look at your own creations, right? Divine feminine creation energy here. I'm picking up very strong goddess energy. You're able to now, or soon will be, once you step through these energies, be able to look at your own accomplishments and feel abundant within yourself and not needing that external validation. I think when I was shuffling, I also did see the Page of Pentacles. You know, the Page of Pentacles, I get like Lion King energy from that. He's just like, look at me, look what I got. You know, when they're hanging Simba off the cliff, just like, look at it. You know, this energy is very much like, I don't need to show off what I have done for other people to make me feel validated within myself. I now can look at my creation. I'm hearing I can look at my own self-worth now, and stand confidently in that. Feel very independent and stable. And I'm hearing nurtured again. Very nurtured. Let's get a little bit more here. Beautiful, thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, calm down. We got one card and 3 more just flipped out of the bottom of the deck. What do we got? Yes. Coming out of that feeling as though everything that you've been working towards has been so hard to achieve it. Feeling as though achieving the things that you are trying to accomplish is such a battle, takes so much out of you. I'm getting a feeling as though this is someone who feels defeated in the end when you are in this reversed energy, this codependence of needing that validation from the external world. It comes from this place of feeling very wounded, very just battered, just feeling like you've really been dragged through the mud. I'm hearing that song, Heart Like a Truck. Who is that sings that? That's a country song. really coming out of that energy. And what I see as well is when you step into the energies of the past to heal the energies from the past, like you've been doing that purging, it's like now your past self is able to look at who you are today. And there's a moment of where I feel there's an energy of pause and surrender. This is a very deep healing energy where it's like you have gone back and sat with this energy from the past, and now this past version of yourself looks at you today in stillness and appreciation. It's like your past self is very, very proud of who you've become today. You can just see the way your past self is looking at you in all your abundance, healed from all your bruises and your wounds, and you know, now you got a crown on your head instead of a band-aid. There's also, what do we got here? This is a reverse energy. It's the Empress in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And this is coming into an upright, I feel, the Four of Cups, right? So we did talk about these energies. Let's start with the Three of Pentacles in the reading from the yesterday or the day before. We did talk about this energy, and I'm trying to tap back into, it was that feeling of, it was like when I saw the Three of Pentacles, it was almost this feeling of taking a vow or an oath or swearing on something, and also using that discernment to no longer bite off more than you can chew. I've been feeling, again, like in the past, everything's been really challenging, really difficult, and we talked about that in the readings the last couple days a little bit more in detail about how it's like in the past you were trying to accomplish so much that it left you feeling defeated. I'm also hearing that you took on so much that you weren't able to like really finish much projects. Sagittarius here, no judgment. So it's like you start a lot of things but weren't really tying up the ends, sort of thing. But now it's like you're able to use your discernment and, you know, decide, even though opportunities are coming in for you, am I going to focus on what's right here in front of me? You know, is the opportunities that being offered to me, are they worth my time, my energy? Are they going to take away from the other things that I'm working on that I can see the value and potential in, right? That I can see the benefits of the rewards, right? And again, we can see how the past self is looking at you today, how you're able to use that discernment, how you're able to evaluate things, because in the past, you took on so much, and although you were able to get things going, you can see all that's being sprouted from all these wands. So although you were taking on all of this and you were able to get things going from it, you're still able to look at yourself today and say, wow, this is, your past self is looking at you today and seeing the amount of self-control that you have, and how sometimes less is more. That was a beautiful message. And that Three of Pentacles as well, that feeling again, to me it's almost isolated. When I see the Three of Pentacles, I get a feeling of teamwork, working together, support. And, you know, I just really feel that in the past, you just feel like you've been really doing it all on your own. And I feel that in the past, although there has been a lot of support, you've been feeling like it hasn't been the support that you need. I get like Five of Wands energy from that. So it's like people are coming in and they're trying to be helpful, but for you, it almost feels like it just stirs up a lot of dust for you. And that's really interesting, because now I'm seeing a horse going around a round pen. And in the music video for Heart Like a Truck, it's basically that. She's trying to, I don't like, people use the term breaking a horse. I don't like that. But she's trying to saddle train the horse. And the horse is like quite skittish in the beginning, and she's able to tame him because she's in that divine feminine. She can connect with this horse in a way that no one else can, because no one else is connecting to Mother Gaia in the way that her state of divine feminine being does so innately. Whew, that was strong. And going on to that Empress, right? I totally forgot that was there. So, and this is in a reverse. And I do feel it's this, going back to what I was saying about feeling disconnected from intuition in a sense. That horse that I see in the round pen, that I see this feminine taming and nurturing and saddle training in a way, I very much see that as, I talked about balancing the mind and the spirit, and that's what I see. I see this as the mind and the spirit balancing each other, and it's the spirit trying to calm and tame the mind. The horse, in this video, he is very skittish, has a lot of fear, and we talked about this going back to again, my throat chakra, in the beginning of the channelings, talking about, the Titanic, what we're feeling in those rescue boats, not putting enough in them because of fear and panic and worry and holding back. And I'm also hearing misdirection and miscommunication, right? And it's and the balancing of, it's just this beautiful dance that I see between the horse and the feminine, of really balancing out those energies and taming that fear. And, in the end, she does saddle train that horse, and she does ride that horse. And it's a beautiful moment in the end when that happens. And I feel that sense of when this balance between the mind and the spirit comes in, it will be this sense of almost as though you're riding around in a show arena. It will be this moment, and I'm seeing the chariot as well. The Empress in the chariot, I mean, wow, that is so beautiful. And with this energy, I think I really do want to leave this message with the seeds of the sacred feminine, because I really am feeling those strong feminine vibes coming through from this. And again, this is about the inner energy. So if you're masculine watching this as well, we're talking about, balancing that inner feminine, which will help you to manifest your material world. Take this queen, how it resonates. You don't have to be a feminine for this energy to connect with you. On the seeds of the sacred feminine as well, I love this. I have the river stone. This is a stone that I myself found in a river up on the mountains here in British Columbia. And the energy that I get from this is that healing, nurturing. When water washes over us, when we give it our negative thoughts and our feelings and our emotions and our anger, our frustrations, all of those undesired energies, the water takes it away for us, and it cleanses us and it heals us. And I was going to say it also takes it away from us. So I feel this message from that. It's like I'm channeling Mother Earth right now, where she's saying, I want to take that from you. I don't want that to be your burden. Give it to me, because I can take this and I can transmute this with so much ease. I'm hearing like delicate ease with grace. I'm hearing with symphony, which is really interesting, because I think it was in yesterday's message we were talking about music and instruments. That's very beautiful. There's something about a symphony. I was also channeling the song Bohemian Rhapsody a couple days ago. I just didn't say anything. Very interesting. So let's find out. Let's leave this message with a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine on just some guidance on how we can continue to move through this energy. And like I was saying, like I wrote down here, release the full moon energy and step into the newness, right? I mean, let's talk about how we can step into this, shall we? Let's get that Seeds of the Sacred Feminine wisdom. That is beautiful. So the card is take a warm bath. And I feel this is very strongly connected to the guidance that came through yesterday with there was something about comfort, about drinking like hot soups and stews and teas. And I think I may have even said something about taking a hot bath, wrapping yourself in a warm blanket. I actually have the hiccups all of a sudden, and to me, that's releasing fear, okay? I talked about that. So there's something about this, I'm hearing nurturing embrace of this warmth that's going to help you to transmute, to transform, like that number 4 card that came through, to really release that energy. And like I was just saying with the stone about how water takes away, helps us to purge those energies, right? And you know, I have the river stone right here, and the guidance is to take a warm bath. So we will end this message with the guidebook, what the guidebook has to say on this. It's a really beautiful energy, and I will point out as well, there's two, it almost looks like mermaids on the card. Mermaids, yes. And going back to in the beginning when I was shuffling, I saw the judgment card on the bottom of the deck, number 20. So it's almost like we're beginning and ending this message with that two, with that duality, with that balance. Beautiful. So we will end this message. Let's take a warm bath. And that's right next to the card about take a deep breath. And that did come through in the beginning when I was getting ready for this reading, okay? And again, I'm being guided to bring up again because I'm looking at it. You are not a victim. I just feel someone strongly needs to hear that in regards to their situation. So for the message, take a warm bath, page 67. Okay, so talking about harmony in the spiritual journey. It is time to immerse yourself in sacred feminine waters, grandchild. Let the warm waters of Mother Earth cleanse your body, thoughts, and worries. When you play in the realm of the sacred masculine too long, your mind and body become dry, rigid, and ungrounded. Soak in the healing waters that come into your home. Saturate your body until you feel the chatter of your mind settle. Welcome the tranquility. I said tranquility pool yesterday. I didn't know why. There it is. It is worth the wait, right? As you absorb the warm liquid embrace, call in the sacred mother and honor her with your attention. Do not take this gift of water for granted. Not every human on earth, on their earth walk, has this experience, this healing luxury. Honor your place in creation that allows you to receive Mother's waters at will. With loving intent, accept the healing that the Sacred Mother bestows and send out healing for others as well. When you are done with your bath, send a blessing and use the water to feed your plants or your garden. And I think that really is so beautiful because the ending of that message ties into what we've been saying about how when you stand in your own feminine embrace, it shines a light that other people want to bask in. And talking about the butterflies, I'm seeing A Bug's Life now when they turn on the zapper light and he's like, ooh, a light. Not saying you're going to get zapped, but just that message about people they're drawn to that light. Just in a way where this energy of they're just even almost unaware of what they're even going towards, right? So I hope this message finds who it was meant for and that it was helpful. If this message did help you, please like and comment, let me know, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.